Senator, nice to see you, sir.
Thank you.
And Ambassador John Bolton says we should not wait. The time for U.S. combat troops on the ground in Iraq and Syria is right now. Ambassador Bolton joins us. Good evening, sir. You heard Senator Lindsey Graham, and we've had witness testimony today. General Dempsey and Secretary Hagel, your thoughts tonight?
Well, I think the strategy is incoherent. Let's just try and do this as a matter of logic. If you believe that ISIS poses a mortal threat to the United States, then your conclusion must be that our objective should be to destroy it. And if you believe the objective is to destroy it, we should find a way to do it in the quickest possible time with the minimum number of American casualties. The longer we wait, the greater the possibility that ISIS can consolidate its control over the territory it now has, and that the ultimate cost in American or Allied lives will be much higher. They don't have a state yet, but they're working on it.
Well, it seems to me, and Senator Lindsey Graham just spoke about it, two-thirds of ISIS is thought to be in Syria. The president's plan seems to be addressed to Iraq. Whether you think it's a good plan or a bad plan, will work or will not. There doesn't seem to be much of a plan as it relates to two-thirds of ISIS, which is in Syria. Every day they get bigger. And the whole idea is if we support the rebels against ISIS, you know, we've got the irony is that we're helping President Assad, who gasses his people. So, I mean, I don't pretend to have the answer, but I mean, ISIS is in Syria.
We've got multiple opponents in a complex struggle. I don't think we should do anything to build up agents of Iran like the Assad regime or the Baghdad government. If we destroy ISIS, inevitably their power will be enhanced because one of their adversaries will be defeated. But to me...
And if we do nothing and ISIS grows in Syria?
Then the threat to the United States will grow.
So they're both lousy choices.
The issue is, how do you deal with a mortal threat to the United States? And I believe it is a huge mistake to place the safety of the hands of the United States in terms of troops on the ground in the hands of the Iraqi Army, the Free Syria opposition, the Sunnis of Western Iraq, or the Kurds. That's why you need Americans now. Look, if ISIS...
In Syria?
Yes, of course.
Boots on the ground in Syria.
There is no border between Syria and Iraq anymore. ISIS has erased it. That's the fact. The Versailles settlement is disappearing in front of us. And if we don't take this into account, we will inevitably lose. The fact is that putting American safety in the hands of others who have failed before, like the Iraqi Army, for God's sakes, is going to endanger us and cost us more in terms of American lives down the road. If people don't think ISIS is a real threat to the United States, then stand up and say so. Because if that's true, it's not worth any American lives.
All right. What do we do about Assad?
I think you leave Assad in place. I've long believed Assad is a sideshow. The real problem is the regime in Iran. And my view is that the only solution is going to be regime change in Tehran. First, we've got to deal with ISIS because it's the threat in the near term. But the long-term threat is a nuclear Iran, the world's central banker of international terrorism. The president has no strategy to deal with Iran. His own director of national intelligence said earlier this year the sanctions have failed to stop the Iranian, or even slow down the Iranian nuclear weapons program.